charge a body. So in the previous class we have already discussed. So we know that what is charge and the properties of charge and types of charge. So here charge are the two types, and charge is nothing but it is a property of a material by virtue of it experiences some electric force, electric potential and electric field. So if these phenomena are exhibited by that body, then nothing but it is a charged particle. So and types of charge we have as two types. One is a positive charge, another one is a negative charge. And next we have basically three properties we have for charges. One is a charge is additive, charge is conserved and charge is quantized. So these all we discussed in the previous class. Let us discuss about how to charge a body. So if I just say it as in an isolated system, if I give any particle in an isolated system, definitely it is in neutral. Means it doesn't have any extra charge in it or free charge in it. So initially it is a neutral. So how to charge a body? So for that we have three methods here. To charge a body, we can charge it by charging by conduction, charging by friction, charging by induction. What it means? Suppose if I give as a piece of chalk piece. In that piece of chalk piece it contains a positive charges, negative charges. So atom consists of protons and electrons both. So therefore it contains positive and negative charges. So in this positive and negative there is an equal number. So therefore initially it is electrically neutral. It is initially electrically neutral. Then how to charge this body? How to gain as positive? How to form as a negatively charged body? Suppose you have already observed in some daily cases. So such as if you rub your pen with some cat's fur or some woolen cloths, definitely it attracts small particles by the glass rod. So why it attracts? Nothing but a glass rod acquires a charge on it. So glass rod acquires a charge on it. So due to of that it produces positively charged body, that glass rod. If it doesn't, means it is neutral. So it doesn't attract. After rubbing only it attracts. Means it acquires a charge by using of rubbing on that with the help of the cat's fur. Not all the materials. Only it can be accumulated the positive charge by using of selected materials. So here the same way, if we have taken as a glass rod or plastic rod and so many things, if we rub that, definitely it acquires some type of charge on it. So that we are discussing as in three cases, that is charging by conduction, charging by friction, charging by induction. So then what is charging by conduction? So charging by conduction is nothing but whenever a charged body brings in contact with the uncharged body, whenever a charged body, this is a charged body, this is uncharged body, if charged body brings in contact with uncharged body, then these charges which are present in this system, it transfer to the other system, uncharged body, such a way that now uncharged body is also becomes as a charged body. So this is called as a charging by conduction. Uncharged body whenever touches a charged body or in contact with a charged body, then definitely it shares or it transforms a charges from charging body to uncharged body. Both are becomes as equal and same. So now, this is of charged body. It has some positive charges on it. It has positive charges on it. Whenever an uncharged body, there is nothing. It is electrically neutral, equal number. There is no charge on it. Uncharged body brings in contact. Both are in contact. Then these positive charges it shares with the uncharged body, such a way that it shares a charge from or it transforms conduction. Conduction is nothing but it is in contact. Whenever any body is in contact, if it exchanges its energy, then it is called as a conduction. So heat conduction we have already studied. Means by using the heated material, if you just touch it, it transforms the heat energy from conducted body to the another body. Same way here, charged is transformed from charged body to the uncharged body. This is called as a charging by conduction. So what is meant by charging by friction? So without conducting, so suppose I don't have any two bodies are charged, then how to produce the charge on it? So then what I have to rub this uncharged body and simultaneously it produces a charge on it. Suppose for example, if you just do an experiment in your home, take a pen, then just rub it with the sweater or woolen cloth, then rub it twicely or more rigorously. So therefore what happens, the charge accumulated on that pen, if you just put a piece of paper there, then definitely it occurs or it attracts those piece of paper towards a pen. It proves that charge is accumulated on that glass rod. So similarly here what we are doing, so uncharged body is rubbed with any other material. So on rubbing it acquires a positive charges. Uncharged body rubbing on any material or simultaneously it is giving a friction on it. Friction means we are rubbing over again and again such that it creates a positive charges or it loses a charge on it. So therefore it becomes as a charged body. In such case it becomes as a charged body. Depending on the type of material we have taken, either it becomes as a positively charged or negatively charged, depending on the type of material we have taken on it. So now this is called as a charging by friction. Then what is charging by induction? So charging by induction is nothing but here both are uncharged bodies. Here we took as a both are uncharged bodies. They are not in contact. So now what happens? Just if I keep up one of the charged body here, that is positively charged or negatively, whatever we can choose it. So here I have as a charged body. These two are uncharged body. They are in slightly distance apart. So now whenever it is closer to this uncharged body, what happens? So suppose if I just bring some charged body here, uncharged body, nothing but here some Q charge is present. If I just give it another Q charge, what it produces in between them? So what it produces in between the two charges? Definitely it produces a force. So due to that electric force between the uncharged body and the charged body, those materials, it acquires a negative charge. So nothing but a negative charge are attracted towards a charged body and positive charges are distributed on other side of an uncharged body. So by this way I am not doing any contact or I am not doing any friction on it, even though that the charges are created here. But these are now it is not become as a charge because there is an equal number of positive and negative charges. So what to do that next? So this is transformed to this. So another uncharged body, if I just by doing a contact with the uncharged body, now it accumulates positive and here it becomes as a negative charges on it and this becomes as a positive charges on it. So therefore it becomes as positive charge on one of the uncharged body and the negative charge becomes as another uncharged body. By this way we can make it as a charge on our body, or another thing we can just simply this charged body just ground it, then also it accumulates or then also it produces these positive charges flows towards the ground. So therefore it becomes as a negatively charged body. So by this case also we can produce a charge on body. this method or this process is called as a charging by induction. Induction is nothing but without contact, without friction, we are charging any body. Means here we can see that this is a charged body. It is not in contact with uncharged body, or not even touches, or not even we are rubbing. Even though it produces a positive charges and negative charges on it. So this process it is called as a charging by induction. Clear? So we can charge a body by three methods or three process. One is a charging by conduction, another one is a charging by friction, another one is a charging by induction. So these are the three methods. How to notify which is positively charged body and which is negatively charged body? How we can conclude that which one is positive, which one is a negatively charged body? Suppose if I just take it as an atom. So in atom nucleus is present, here electrons are revolving. Clear? So here in an atom nucleus is present, electrons are revolving. If I just remove one electron here, so then what happens? There is a deficiency of one electron. So one electron so here nothing, an electron is missing. So then whether it becomes positively charged body or negatively charged body, what it has, it acquires some charge here. So then it becomes as a positive or negative charge. Definitely it becomes. So this is one of the case. So next one is if I just neutron. So if I just give an electron is revolving. Now if I am adding an electron, I am removing electron here in this case. Here I am adding an electron. There is an extra electron is present. Here one decreasing amount of an electron is present in above case. Here one extra electron is. So in this nucleus, along with the two electrons, it has three electrons. Here only one electron. So means number of protons are more in above case. Protons are more in the above case. So now this becomes as a positively charged. Positively charged, isn't it? So here nucleus, in atoms we have nucleus, electrons. In nucleus we have protons. Initially we have equal number of electrons and equal number of protons. Then what? By these methods we can either increase the charges or we can lose the charges. So if it increases, what happens? If it decreases, what happens? We are studying here. So now for this nucleus, if I just remove one electron, either of these methods, if I just remove one electron, so now what happens here? There is a deficiency of an electron, but the protons are more than the electrons. Clear, isn't it? Initially it is equal, but after removing, protons are more than electrons. Protons are more than the electrons. Nothing but it is positively charged body. So here electrons are more than the protons. Therefore it is a negatively charged body. So here in whichever the material, if the number of electrons are more than the protons, definitely it is negatively charged body. If the number of protons are more than electrons, then it is positively charged body. By that way we can conclude that whether it is positively charged or it is negatively charged body. Clear? So we continue in the next class.